Hello, and welcome back to the IELTS Prep Podcast. Today's topic is education and learning, a very common theme in the IELTS speaking test. Education is something we all experience, whether it's in school, university, or through learning new skills. So this is a topic you can connect with easily. In the IELTS speaking test, questions about education can come up in a couple of ways. In part 1, you might get questions about your school days, favorite subjects, or experiences with learning. Then in part 3, the questions might go deeper. You could be asked about your opinions on the education system, the importance of learning, or even online education. So today, let's go over some helpful vocabulary, practice questions, and answers to help you feel more confident with this topic. First, let's talk about some useful vocabulary you can use when discussing education. Having a variety of words in your answers makes them sound more engaging and natural. Here are a few categories to keep in mind. For example, if we're talking about school and university, you might mention subjects, exams, assignments, lectures, or graduation. If we're discussing learning styles, you could talk about self-study, group work, hands-on learning, or online courses. And for education goals, you might mention lifelong learning, personal growth, career advancement, or critical thinking. Let's say someone asks you, what was your favorite subject in school? You could answer like this. My favorite subject was history because I loved learning about different cultures and important events from the past. Next, let's go over a few sample questions you might hear on the topic of education and learning. I'll give a question, then share an example answer. Try to think about how you would answer as well. Here's the first question. Did you enjoy going to school? Why or why not? You could say, yes, I enjoyed going to school because I liked learning new things and seeing my friends every day. I especially enjoyed subjects like English and science. Here's another question you might hear. Do you prefer learning on your own or in a group? You could answer like this. I prefer learning on my own because I can go at my own pace and focus on areas I find difficult. However, group learning is also helpful because you can share ideas and help each other understand the material. And one more question. How important is education for a successful career? Here's a possible answer. Education is very important for building a successful career because it gives you the skills and knowledge you need in your field. But I also think that experience and practical skills are equally important. Notice how in each of these answers, I'm adding some extra details to make them more engaging and complete. It's a good idea to do this because it makes your answers more interesting and helps you show your English ability. Now, let's try a little practice exercise. Here's a question you might hear in part 2 of the speaking test, where you'll need to talk for 1 or 2 minutes. Describe a course or subject you have enjoyed studying. For this question, you should try to answer these points: what the subject is, when and where you studied it, and why you enjoyed it. Take a few moments to think about your answer. Feel free to pause if you need more time. When you're ready, start speaking and try to talk for a full minute. Here's an example answer you could give. I enjoyed studying psychology in college. I took the course in my second year, and it was fascinating because it taught me about how people think and behave. I liked the mix of theory and practical examples, and it made me understand people better. How did you do? Practicing short monologues like this regularly can really help you improve your fluency and build confidence. All right, that's it for today's episode on education and learning. Remember, when you're talking about this topic, try to give specific examples from your own learning experiences or thoughts on education. It makes your answers more interesting and helps you connect with the listener. Before we finish, here's a quick challenge for you. Record yourself answering these 3 questions. 1. What was your favorite subject in school? 2. Do you prefer studying alone or with others? 3. How can education help someone succeed in life? Feel free to share your recordings for feedback. Thanks for joining me today. Keep practicing, and I'll see you next time on the IELTS Prep Podcast.